So let's get an expert's view and analysis of yesterday's by-election results. For that, we are joined live in the studio by Dr. Lee Young-jack, political commentator and former professor at Hanyang University.
Professor Lee, it's great to have you back with us.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Dr. Lee, in the weeks leading up to this so-called mini general elections, really the outcome was real unforeseeable by many. But what do we have now? A landslide victory by the ruling Saenuri Party. What is your assessment of this huge win by the ruling party and a disastrous loss by the main opposition?
Well, I can think of three main reasons. One is opposition's candidate nomination process was very poor. In particular, in Gwangju, party co-chairman nominated whistleblowing policewoman to Gwangju. And the process that she was nominated was very strange. Nobody could understand why she has to be nominated, why so many others has to be eliminated even from competition. And that cast a very long shadow against the election expectation. And the second is the ruling party had a message, it's the economy. You know, the economy is pretty bad, and so they are committed to make economy revive. While the opposition didn't have a message, they asked for a stick to punish the government and the ruling party for inept handling of the ferry disaster. But that it's now over. And so basically the difference is the ruling party has a reason to be voted for, while the opposition didn't have a reason to be voted for. I think that divide. And then the minority party, this opposition party is a minority party, but acted like a leading party and stopped all the legislative actions, including economic revival. And the opposition party asked for the special committee for ferry disaster investigation to have police and prosecutorial power. That was too much. And yet the opposition party insisted that unless you do my way, no legislative actions. That angered a lot of people. So I think that that sort of alienated the party from the public, and that was the main reasons why.
Right, the opposition, they were too busy going on the offensive. They forgot to have something substantial of their own to offer to the people, and the people noticed that.
That's right, yeah.
Well, there were some surprises here. A lot of political bigwigs, heavyweights, they were big, and they fell hard in this by-elections. And also, we saw Sohn Hak-kyu. He was a presidential hopeful to some. Unfortunately, he decided to quit politics for good, forever today. Well, what do you make of all these dramatic changes?
Basically, it says that the Koreans are tired of old faces and want new politics. And so the Korean voters went for fresh face, promising new politics. That was very simple. You know that the An's phenomena is Koreans' desire for new politics. Now he is failing, and so now public are expecting that these new faces will come up with new politics.
Right, I think change is what the Korean people want at this point.
That's right.
Another big surprise was, of course, from Korea's Jeollanam-do province, a traditional stronghold of the opposition party, of course. Now, no conservative candidate, to my knowledge, has won a seat from there in 30-plus years. But this time around, we saw the ruling Saenuri Party win a seat, add a seat in parliament from that area, the province. Now, is this a sign that Korea is finally breaking away from the decades-old regional division in politics?
There is one big difference between 30 years ago and now in Jeolla. In Jeolla 30 years ago, there was a very strong leader led by Kim Dae-jung, who eventually became president. Now they don't have any leader of its own. That's very important dividing factor. And the traditionally ruling party or the conservative party, party's candidate have been losing all the elections there. And so naturally ruling party candidates are all lightweight so to speak, with no hope to be elected. And therefore, Cholla people will say, oh, they send weak candidates, why should we vote? In addition to that, we don't like them. We don't like the ruling party. But now, this time, the Lee Jong-hyun is heavyweight, in the sense that he, of course, tried to win the congressional election last time. He failed. But then he was President Park's confidant, and he was very high aide in the Blue House. So he's really heavyweight. And he campaigned very hard. Of course, he promised that the budget blockbuster for his area. So basically what this says is that without strong Cholla leader, if ruling party is really serious with heavyweight, they have a chance. In fact, once I said if former Prime Minister Hwang Sik-kim run in Gwangju, he would have a good chance. Of course, he didn't run for fear of losing.
Right.
But looking at this, I think that 2 years down the road, some heavyweights from the ruling circle may challenge Cholla province.
One thing good about Korea is that people are learning to look beyond their emotions and let the logic determine who should lead. And of course, they want to find someone they need instead of who they want in politics. It's a great change. I think that there have been already some cracks appearing in southeast. The south of southeast, for example, the opposition presidential candidate last time, Moon. He is President's North Chief Secretary, and he won the election there. So he's heavyweight, he's serious, and he won. Now Mr. Lee, this time, he's heavyweight, and he's serious, and he won. So that's the election dynamic, and with this, I think that the regional election dynamic will change. I hope. Some changes to come. Maybe we'll see some other Moon in politics soon. Well, Dr. Young-jak, thank you so much for your time. We hope to have you back here soon.
Yeah, thank you.